Hi, good evening. My name is Lily, and on October 10th, I am going to be launching a series of free classes online. The classes are going to be about career development for young professionals and college students. And the reason why I started these classes is because I want to share the power of education, the power of advice, and the power of opportunities. So, when I was 11 years old, my uncle from the US sponsored my entire family from a rural village in Vietnam to come to California. And since then, I had the opportunities to come to really good universities and done quite interesting jobs, I have to say. And along the way, I've learned so much lessons, failures, and success. And I would like to share them more with you because I've have been mentoring a lot of college students and fresh grads, and I've seen the same mistakes that I made over and over again, quite painfully actually. So I thought to share these lessons so that we can all, speed up the process, fail faster, don't be afraid, and get to where we want to go. So there are going to be 12 classes once a week. Each of the first section, the first three sessions is going to be what I consider to be foundational. Foundational here means that I want you to really think deeply about your passions, your life's calling, who you are, what makes you happy. And this is really important because it's going to determine how happy and successful you are, and how it will also help you to stand out apart from everyone else. So we're going to do a very simple exercise. Bear with me. If you can close your eyes, and if I ask you in 10 years, where do you see yourself? And in a perfect world, if everything goes your way, where do you see yourself? What are you doing that you would consider yourself to be successful and happy? Yeah, this is really key and this is the foundation of the training, because I want you to focus on the happy feelings that you will get, not a job title. So let me give you an example. If I ask you, where would you like to be 10 years from now that you would be the happiest and most successful? You might say, I want to be a famous photographer. Now, photographer is a job title, not a feeling. You're not going to just be happy because you're a famous photographer. There are many unhappy famous photographers out there. But if you say that, I want to be a famous photographer because I love capturing human stories. I love bringing to life the stories of people that no one else would hear about if I don't show it on pictures, right? And I'm a very creative person. I love to express my creativity that are uniquely me. So those two things are the things that make me happy in life. And photography is a hobby that express those two creativities, those two individualistic characteristic about me. So if you know what are the what are the feelings that make you happy to your truest sense of self, then the rest of the training is going to be easy. So the first part of the training is actually going to be quite challenging because you have to dig really deep and find out what are the feelings that makes you the most happy. Yeah. And the next part of the training we're going to go into is what I call implementation. So consider the first part, finding your North Star, finding that one guiding star in the sky that is going to lead you, that's going to always be there, guide you in the right direction. You're here, you want to go to this point here. There are many paths. You can go this way, you can go around, you can go around. There are many, many paths to get you where you're going. But as long as you're going to the right direction, then you're going to go home every day feeling fulfilled, feeling happy. So the next part is about implementation. So now that you want to, as an example, know that you want to be a photographer, right? But you're a young professional, you don't have the network, you don't have the expertise, you don't really know where to start, how to get there. You can take a one step at a time. As long as you move in the right direction, you're going to be okay. So the first step is perhaps you might want to consider working for a company where there is a famous photographer. That could be in any company that you might not even really want to go work for, like an ad agency. But within that ad agency, there may be a very good creative director that you really respect, that you want to learn from. So the next part is about implementation, taking one step toward the right direction. But because you know where you're already going, it's going to turn out to be okay. Yeah. And because you know where you're going, and the second part of the training, we're also going to be talking about dealing with mistakes, dealing with failures, and dealing with setback. But because you know where you're going, when you face a setback, you're not going to be so upset. You're going to be telling yourself, look, I'm going to learn from this mistakes because I know where I want to go, and move on. You're not going to sit here. You're not going to feel sorry for yourself. You're not going to be really upset. Yeah. So knowing where you want to go is so key to this whole training. That's the second part. And then the last part is what I'm going to go into the technical skills. The skills that most people would come and ask, like for example, for the college students, how to write your resume, how to write your cover letter, right? If you know where you're going, writing your cover letter is a piece of cake because it's telling your life story. Because it's telling the world, announcing to the world, this is who I am, this is what I want to do. And the person who's going to be reading your cover letter is going to feel like, wow, you are a fresh air. You are somebody who dare to dream. You're somebody who have the vision, and they're really going to respect that. And for the young professionals as well, in the last part, we're also going to be talking about other technical skills, such as how to develop executive presence. Executive presence, at the core of it, comes from doing what you love. And you're really genuinely doing that. So you will come across as somebody who really care about the job, who really care about the vision that you're doing. That is a core of executive presence. There's a lot of other things: how to build confidence, how to exert body language, how to communicate, how to build rapport that we're gonna cover. But the most important part of the executive presence is about doing a job that you really believe in. Yeah. So that is actually all from my end. I encourage you to go ahead and logged in and applied. But please only apply if you consider yourself to be really open-minded, really wanting to learn new things, really willing to step out of the comfort zone and take the class seriously. It's going to be a fun. These classes are going to be fun for sure, but it will require your fullest attention. It will require your full presence to participate and to learn and to meet new people. So that's it. I hope to see you there.